Okay, this is the preamble to all the workout videos. And this says, woo, all right, this is good. Basically, yeah, this video is going to be a waste of your time unless you have a very specific reason. But more formally, I will read that as written. Do not waste your time watching this unless you have a very specific reason to. There it is. Do not waste your time. That is such a cool effect. Wow. That's okay. I'm gonna get lost in that for a little bit. Whoa. All right, something about that's tripping me out. Maybe it's because there's a micro delay, and doing this in real time, like anybody watching this is going to be like, why is he freaking out about this so much? There's a slight micro delay that I've only noticed while swirling the flashlight. So it's like a little bit of trails. It's a little bit of, yeah, try it. If you have a video, if you have a camera, this is the longest intro ever. If you have a camera and a video, like a video camera or video phone or whatever, put a light on the ground and then move it around and look through the viewfinder on the camera and look at the ground, like one eye in each, and then switch it out, and you will actually see that like millisecond time delay, and that is kind of fun. Anyway, so that's silliness. That's a pro tip right there, right in the beginning of all these videos, because this is going to be the one that's going to say, save me time, not really, add time to you, I don't know. And it's going to be, do not waste your time watching this unless you have a very specific reason to. So anyway, that starts it, and now I'm just going to edit to the next video on the calendar thing, whatever. Do well. Okay, back to it. Public service announcement is in there. Okay, maybe I'll just do a public service announcement every single time. No, it's good to practice public service announcement. I'd like saying just do it once and edit it in, but nah. We're gonna do this every single time. Alright, so it starts out 3 L-shaped chin-ups, 4 glide downs, 7 inverse sit-ups, then it'll be 13 push-ups, 7 air squats, 6 bends. So if I break it down, in here there's 3 warm-up exercises. In there there's 3, in the other room there's 3 other warm-up exercises, 6 exercises, not too bad. And that should get me decently warmed up for the real workout, which is lower body today. And that'll break down, check my memory. It'll be like a squats using the machine. So machine squats, and then it'll be Romanian deadlifts using dumbbells. I've thought about going to the curl bell for curling, curling bar. That's not happening. Then after that, it'll be leg extensions. Then we end it off with single leg calf raises. So lower is only 4 exercises as opposed to 5 on the upper days, which is kind of strange. I'm going further into the upper body and then into the lower body, but I get a lot of lower body with kind of a little bit of a walk every now and then, or a lot more than I use my upper body. So, you know, day to day, there's a decent amount of walking. There's going to be more. But we won't get into that. What we will get into is kind of just loosen up a little bit. I'm going to go through 1 repetition of that exercise my dad likes. So be a little bit of swimming. There we go. A little bit of shoulder shrug. A little frontal raise. A little lateral raise. Same thing with the feet. And what I should have done before I went to the feet was a little bit of a kind of a jog in place. Gotta tighten up these shorts. I actually have, they don't go any tighter, and I have 2 safety pins right there. So that's interesting when the safety pins open up and let me know that they're open. Okay, here we go. Thumbs over the top. I almost went thumbs under, thumbs over the top. I'm gonna sink all the way down. I'm gonna try to get to the fullest extension. I'm gonna try to hold it this time, the fullest extension for just like a half second each repetition, because it's only 3 reps. And I really wanna feel that those shoulders open up a little bit. Also gonna try to really touch my chin to the bar. It won't look like I'm touching my chin. My chin's actually right there, as opposed to like right there. So I guess with a big beard, I can cheat myself on the video. All right, so get into my L shape. There we go. That's at least a half second. Chin was over the bar there. There's 2. And then there's 3. That was tougher than I thought it would be. Got a little weird with holding the L. But the good thing is just I can already feel that warmth, that blood flow. That's a nice feeling. That actually is. Trying to figure out as many positive things about these workouts as possible. That way I won't procrastinate on them so much. So, fun stuff. It's always fun talking to you. Or future me. It's always fun talking to future me. I really got to catch up on watching some of these videos. Sitting there with the notebook, just kind of... I'm going deeper into the electronic notebook. Got a stylus and actually have like a $40 tablet. It's useless for a lot of things. It would be faster to go to the place that has hosting the website and ask them to look at their computer and be like, hey, what's your website like? Then pull it up on that thing. But the writing program, once you have the writing program running, you turn on the writing program, walk away for a couple minutes, come back, eventually pops up. So, in other words, $40, not laptop, but $40 tablets are not necessarily worth it, unless you have a lot of time to wait for stuff. But it is a good little digital notebook type thing. So, in the areas of trying not to waste paper, and that's another thing, I get papers all the time from different things that I just throw away. Going to be doing a lot more scrap paper and repurposing the back sides of scrap papers before throwing them away. So junk mail, all that kind of stuff gets repurposed. So feeling good about that. Not buying paper, not generating part of the problem, I guess. Little tiny things. If everybody does a few little tiny things that are somewhat easy. Anyway, why am I talking about that? Oh, because watching the videos, got to catch up on it. Gotcha. All right. These are glide downs. You go up, you glide down. Feel what that full extension feels like. 2, gliding down. Feeling that full extension again. 3, gliding down. All right, and then 4. Glide down real slowly this time. I think I was going a little too fast with all the other ones. Okay, now is the time for inverted sit-ups. I'm gonna grab the back of the legs. Okay. That's kind of a good stretch right there. Just chest to knee. Just beyond knee. So we can do other side. Can't do other side. All right. That'd be really weird if I could. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about it. That is just, it's fun to try though. That is kind of an interesting stretch. Feel it right there, that's good. Yeah, I've been just randomly stretching out a lot lately. Anytime I'm waiting for anything, it's nice to just kind of stretch the neck out. I think it freaks people out though. You're just waiting in line, you know. Real slow though, not super fast. Don't want the snap, crackle, and pops in my neck to be too loud. Anyway, so put these on facing forward, which is the easier way. And then, okay. Gonna just jump up, pull up a little bit, but not much. Gonna do the swing. Okay, and once it's locked in place, then stop the swing. Gonna grab the back of my knees, back of my legs. Gonna assist myself with my arms on the second half of that. There's 2, 3, 6 or 7 of these. Stop the swinging. 4, 5, 6, and there's 7 right there. Gonna hold on to my legs. Gonna use one hand at a time, not try to do both for safety. You don't want to be flopping around on this. And gently pull up. And when you pull up like that, your legs automatically want to just get the hooks over. Reverse the pattern. And we're good to go. Away from this area for the next phase of the warm-up. Good news is I'm feeling a little bit of blood flow, a little bit of breath. Eventually gonna throw more cardio into this. There will be no videos of that, because that will be outside the public, running, hiking, swimming, all that kind of fun stuff. Maybe the swimming if I have anybody that wants to donate a waterproof camera. I did actually have one. Let's see here. Yeah, check this out. I think it was around $30 and it lasted for 5 minutes. But the casing is really good on this thing. So much so I usually have trouble opening it. I think there's a slot. There's no point in putting it in the case. But anyway, the casing's really nice. I think it's actually waterproof. I never actually tested it out. But it looks, watertight. And it has all the buttons all around. It pushes on the buttons on this corresponding. So maybe there's another model not like this that lasts more than 5 minutes and then the screen gets darker and darker and then gone. It's kind of sad. Anyway, so that was a waste of time and money. But what can you do? Actually, what I did do was a refund, and they never actually asked me to send it back. They knew it was a piece of junk. They were figuring, we'll just send these broken ones out there, and people won't use it before the rebate time is over, and then we'll say, hey, you used it past the 30-day rebate. Second use. First use was like less than 5 minutes. I bought this thing specifically because it said it would last for like 4 hours. I want to do like some 4-hour videos of different things, maybe some time lapse. I don't think this has time lapse on it. Maybe put it in. Anyway, weirdness. Makes me sad. Could have spent 10 times more on like a GoPro and it'd probably be working and I'd probably be doing the various things with it, but do I really want to prioritize the time towards that? And the answer is no, I do not. It seemed like an interesting idea at the time. It was going to be like, hey, 4 hours of video for this, 6 hours of video for that, and edit it later, put it all on some sort of whatever at lowest resolution. All right, we're looking down here. All right, that seems like a good place to get things going. All right, 13 push-ups, 7 air squats, 6 bends. I like how it scales down from there. Oh, that is weird. Huh. I think there was a lizard that got in the front door and somehow ran to this part of the area, and I thought I didn't see, but anyway, so yeah, I mean, the best, I don't know, lizards, I have no problem with lizards, but just weird and sad that one's in my house that might starve. Eventually I'll find a lizard skeleton somewhere, so if I see the lizard, I might have to stop the video, chase the lizard around and get it outside. Poor lizard. This is like the just desert of no food. Hey, it's better than outside. I'm not being chased by things, but goodness gracious. All alone. No food. Alright. There's probably crumbs on my dinner table. Maybe. I don't know. Why am I procrastinating? That is the question. That gets me going. Ask yourself why you're procrastinating, you instantly kind of stop procrastinating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then there's 13. Trying to do the tallest extension I can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why am I doing 8? Not doing 8. Silliness, I'm just going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just for the hell of it, I'm going to do 2 lunges. See if I can do real slow. Feel my knee kick up on the floor, go back. Or feel my knee touch up on the floor. Real slow. Feel that knee touch, bring it back. Don't want to slam my knee into the floor. Not fun, not good for knees. Whew, there we go. There's some breathing. All right. Yeah, before doing the video, I turned on all the different the lights and different things and dialed in the weights and all that kind of fun stuff. So we're good. And there's light in here, so that's good. All right. Okay. All right, so should be focusing on my knees. So that's probably a good spot for that. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay. It is so much fun talking to you. I actually had a good conversation last night with a friend. I haven't seen her in like 2 years. We both lost a cat in these last 2 years. Hers was with her for, I think, it was almost 20 years. It was getting there. Not quite 20, maybe 15, maybe 14, I don't know. But yeah, good connection. She took care of her kitty. And I took care of my kitty. I tried to. The more and more I think about it, the brown recluse thing does really make a lot of sense. But when it bites a human being, it causes that thing to puster and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a brown recluse because there was no evidence of anything like disturbed. Anyway, won't think too much about that. We'll think about. I'll put an appreciation knock on metal. Thank goodness for the time I had her. Nothing is guaranteed. All right. Oh, this feels good, I will say. I'll go with the goodness on this. Oh, already set to the weight. Gonna do 8 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here comes number 8. 8. All right, the next set we do 10, but we lower the weight slightly. Feels good. I don't know if I'm getting 90 degrees with my, that feels a little bit more than 90 degrees. So I'm gonna shut it, kind of not tap the stack, and get this to like 90. Don't want to push it beyond 90. Long time ago, this one lady saw a friend of mine and I doing squats in the gym, and she says, listen, if you care about your knees, don't go beyond 90 degrees. Knees, 90 degrees. That rhymed in my head and stuck with me ever since. Knees, 90 degrees. Now, with air squats, come on, you want to be able to utilize your body, so I like the idea of going, to the fullest, lowest extent on the air squats, because that's just a useful body maneuver instead of bending over with your back. That's why I'm really careful with the bends. It just feels like for long-term health, being able to go to that level and then pick stuff off the ground and all that, and be in a more comfortable position on the ground instead of just be hovering top heavy and just straining your lower back. Because your body's hanging over, and then you grab something, you just added weight to your lower back. Sure, your arms and your chest can handle it, but as soon as you do that and you go up, God forbid you go up and go sideways, weird things happen. That's always, I hear about those stories about people's backs locking up and stuff, and it's usually doing something like that. Some sort of lifting and twisting motion. Same thing with knees. Lifting and twisting, I hear is bad for that. Okay. Whew. Gonna do a breath exercise after I lower the weight. I haven't lifted this for a while. I'm not gonna do that today. This is lower body. Good position just to chill out. All right. That's good. All right. Big fear of feeling weirdness in my knees. Like I said, I felt it twice. Actually, last week I felt it going up some steps. I think I went up to the steps a little too fast. And strangely enough, left knee. Usually don't feel anything. Last 2 years it's been something on the right knee. And it went away within a day. But it's just like, okay, maybe that's and that's what happened when I've done my upper body, when I've increased the weight too fast and gone a little further than my body was ready for. Sure, the muscles increase, but the joints didn't quite keep up, and I started really feeling it in my joints. Not really feeling it, just enough to notice it. Normally I never notice my joints. Like here, barely noticing my joints. Do feel it, strangely enough, a lot on the left. So it switches back and forth too. Sometimes I do the grips. Do the grips in the car. Actually got another set of grips. $5. It's like $5 for grips. These are stronger than the grips a little bit tougher than the grips I normally use. So these are in my home vehicle, and my work vehicle has the other grips. Well, it's not really my work vehicle. It's in the cooler. I know. In the cooler that I take to work, that's where my lighter set of grips are, or my less intense set of grips are, which are actually smaller, so they fit really well in the cooler. The other ones just sit in my car on the passenger seat, or on the passenger floor. Not a lot of clutter in my car, thank goodness. A lot of clutter in my life, a lot of clutter in my house, but not a lot of clutter in my car. And it's good to keep it that way. Alright. Doing a set of 10. The breath exercises were kind of nice. Might be start doing videos for the rest of the world, on helpful breath exercises, various techniques. My concept of breathing in versus breathing in and out using nose and using mouth. I think I actually talked about that a couple days ago with you. And then doing different methods, box method, then doing the method where you don't actually time up your inhale or your exhale. You just try to inhale as completely as possible, and you try to enjoy the exhale as much as possible. There's something weird that happens to my brain when I try to exhale. You start coughing and stuff when you try to get absolutely every particle of air out of your system. It's weird. So if you want to get yourself coughing, yeah, it's weird. Try it. It's like, try to actually focus on breathing out and breathing out every little thing. Your body will like, oh, you need to get the air out. I'm gonna kick in the coughing reflex. So that's kind of bizarre, weird way to kind of trick yourself. But there might be a video on that method. Good inhale, good exhale. I am just procrastinating right here. All right, screwing yourself, buddy. Maybe. But actually, making workouts fun with these just diatribes of the mind, just monologues. Keeping it out, letting it out for future posterity. Leaving myself empty. Which is sometimes a good state. Right after this, I'll talk about solitude from other human thought. But right now, we work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's 90 degrees. 6. The tail will be on the video. A little bit past 90 degrees out there. 7. 8. 9. 10. Really trying to aim for that 90 degrees there. There was, maybe that makes it, that slowness of it actually helps out. From what I understand, slow movements, slow contractions are a little bit more powerful because you're eliminating the process of momentum. So like, let's say you're particularly weak, like right there is the spot where you're weakest. For whatever reason, maybe a prior injury, you can just push, if you're right here in between it and you're already moving, that's a little bit of momentum. The slower you move, the less momentum is carrying through that one trouble spot in your muscle. Just a hypothesis, not testing it scientifically, testing it anecdotally, as opposed to empirically. Still haven't figured out the difference between anecdotal and empirical. I think they're almost the same. I would love to remember next time I watch this video, if I haven't figured it out by then, or next time if I watch this video. Like I said, I have a lot to catch up on. If I watch this video, note to self, empirical, anecdotal. Figure out the difference. These are two different things. This is done. I don't have to use this machine till Tuesday. I know, it's so weird. Like, these machines are here and these weights are here, and I might hit them once a week, twice a week. But they're always there for me. That's the good thing about weight. I think Henry Rollins had a thing like that. It's just like friends will leave you, people will do weird things, all sorts of stuff, but your weights are kind of always there for you. Very grounded. So yeah, you can depend upon your weights to challenge you in just the right way. And that was a good challenge. A little bit wonky on the get up. There we go. Now is Romanian deadlift. Recently met a girl from Romania. I should have kept up that conversation. She seemed like a nice person. Unfortunately, I had some stuff I had to attend to. Forgot her name, never got her phone number, but I didn't even have the time to free my mental capacity and ask. And I really, really should have. She was very, very nice. Okay. Well, yeah. And her English was ridiculously good. It's always impressive to find somebody whose second language is English and their speech patterns are better than yours. And the way she put her thoughts together was way better than mine. Very succinct, very to the point, very just right on top of things. Did not discuss the weather. No small talk, just talks about almost philosophical ideals. Not really philosophical, just how the mind works and what we focus on. Really good conversation. Really short conversation because I had to cut it short. Had some responsibilities to take care of. And I do not shirk my responsibility 85% of the time. No, I have various tiers of responsibility. The lowest tier is things I should do. Although this is in a should category, and I'm doing this, so shoulds sometimes happen. And I've been doing this fairly consistently. All right, weights are already in. I'm gonna check the frame to make sure I can see if my knees are kind of straight. I'm gonna go kind of, I don't know if I wanna go slightly bent knee or a completely straight knee on this. The tail will be in the footage. Let's back this up, let's widen this up a little bit. That's a good spot. All right, very cool. Yep. Visualizing where I'm standing, seeing if I'm in the frame. Maybe my visualization is completely wrong. I'm gonna guess, based upon my visualization, frame should probably cut right around, let's see, there, that's my visualization on that. Right around there will be the top end of the frame, which right at the top of my back, possibly. All right, we're gonna find out. Should probably do a little bit of breathing first. I'm gonna do for some quick breaths because I did a lot of talking. Okay. So, kind of doing a little bit less than shoulder width on my stance, slight bend in the knees, and gonna do 8 of these. 1, already set up the weight to the proper weight. 2, gotta remember to bring the hips backwards, that could be bad if I don't. 3, 4, not a lot, but at least an inch. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, that felt great. Be careful on the weight on this one just because don't want to tweak the back too much. That's a very, very careful area. Every movement you do probably contains your core to a certain degree. I've torn stomach muscles before. I couldn't bend my pinky without twitching those stomach muscles. And then at one point in the healing process, laughing really hurt. And then pain caused laughing, and laughing caused pain. That was so interesting. It wasn't a lot of pain, thank goodness, because it was somewhere midway down the process of healing. But my goodness, it was... People probably thought I was insane. I was laughing about laughing. I wasn't laughing hard. It was just like the giggles that wouldn't go away because the pain would flare up and go away and flare up and go away. Just like, ah. And I remember exactly how I did it. It was on that bench. I was doing a flat bench dumbbell press, and I turned a little bit to put the weight down gently. I should have just dropped the weight at that point. It was more weight than it was probably my top end, if I remember correctly. And, oh my goodness. That turn on the other side, dropped the other way, bouncing, I almost hit my side. Just, that feeling, that it was just warmth and then numbness, and I was just like, okay, well, at least the numbness is there. Maybe the numbness made it worse, don't know. All right, gonna do another set of these. Gonna do some breathing and reset the weights beforehand. Oh, I already did. Yes, I did. Look at that. I'm talking and setting things up. All right. Unless it goes down one further. Let's see here. Nope, that's the proper weight. Okay. That feels right. Little bit of breathing, not much. Just kind of... little bit of a neck stretch in there. One of my favorite eye exercise things, yeah, there's an exercise for your eyes, is starts out with like a neck stretch, so you're just like, oh. And it's not really that fast, it's kind of slow. Just that rotating of your head on your neck. Let your head just be a ball of weight. And then, I wonder if I can remember the whole thing through. That was the first phase, a neck stretch. And then it's just like, don't move your head, but like look up, count to 3, 1, 2, 3. Look down, count to 3, 1, 2, 3. Look right, 1, 2, 3. Center, look left, 1, 2, 3. And then you do it again. Look up, 1, 2, 3. Look down, 1, 2, 3. Look to your right, 1, 2, 3. Try not to move your head. Center, and then left, 1, 2, 3, and then straight ahead. Then it's a rotation of your eyes. So like you rotate, let's go, usually go right first, but I'm gonna go left first this time. Rotate around to the left. And then you rotate around to the right. Try to really hold on to your edges there. It seems kind of hard for me to do. Then you do it again. But slow is the key here. And then there's 2 rotations. Then there's the third part, which is about blinking exercises. And then, so the first thing, you just go to 0, which is squeeze your eyes shut. I sometimes squeeze them really hard. You see some interesting colors and stuff, and you feel this weird kind of just whoosh. I love that feeling. So squeeze your eyes shut. You're only going to do this once, so make it count. Right now I see the colors, and then it fades back to black. And it's a good kind of feeling. I don't know, maybe it releases some sort of tension in the eye. Then it's just like blinking, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's it for your blinking exercises. Do, 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 do. Nice job. Anyway, yeah, blinking exercises. Just so I remember that. That's also me going through that just to remind myself. Repeat, test my memory on certain things. Like, I should try to eat more avocados. I should try eating walnuts. I should try eating blueberries, even though I kind of don't like blueberries. I tend not to like fruit. And I tend to only like vegetables because of the sauce. For some reason, vegetables by themselves, you can do it. I can do it. It's not the funnest thing in the world. Oh, here's a fun idea. All right, so sometimes I watch something on my computer while I should be watching YouTube, and I should be watching these videos with the notebook out while I'm eating. No, that's too much multitasking. But I watch something. Lately it's been, there's these people that do these really, really great videos on learning Python. And I found at least 2 of them where it's like a 4-hour video. And it's just like all these lessons on in Python all the way stacked. And it's really kind of cool. It's nice to know it for like the syntax, and there's one guy that's really good with the syntax. Plus I'm doing a little thing on my phone, training in it. So hopefully some of the applications I will end up making, I will do maybe all in Python. Maybe if I can combine programming languages, do like the graphics in JavaScript, and then like the various machinations in Python. I don't even know if you can do it that way, but that would be cool if you could, and make it a whole like coherent program. I'm not sure, but anyhow, these are ideas that are running through my head. It's good to get them down. But anyway, here's the fun tip, the helpful tip that I've tried a little bit of, but not a lot. So if I'm eating something I'm really excited about, really excited for the taste, I've put some work into it maybe. I've cooked at least 5 minutes on it. And I really want the taste and all that kind of stuff. No videos, no external distractions whatsoever. Boom, in it. Then if I'm doing a video, if I'm doing eating bland food, that I'd probably be best to be distracted. Let's say vegetables with no sauce. Watch videos. Watch videos and eat. It is bizarre how much more you can eat when you're not paying attention to it, as opposed to when you are paying attention to it. And you know, another pro tip: have a big beard that you don't trim right here. It makes you become very careful eating, very slow. Slows down your eating process. You're doing smaller bites, so you're not, rubbing it up against the hair. You're not getting food in your beard, which is gross to me. Which means I probably shouldn't have a beard, but I eat slow anyway. Now I just eat slower. And my guess is eating slower gives your body a better time to transition. Good thing is sometimes I only eat once a day. Most of the time. I would say the majority of the time I only eat once a day. It's very rare that I eat 3 times a day or more. Most of it's either once or twice, and occasionally it's 0. Last week did a 48-hour fast. And if I can last till 10 p.m. Well, 9 p.m. Yeah, 9 p.m. I'm going to shoot for 10 just for sakes. I think I had, let's see here. Between 9 and 10 last night, did I have anything? I think I had something. Like a little kind of snack type thing. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, I know. All right, I had a little tiny snack type thing. I stopped by my dad's house, and he had some ice cream sandwiches, these little ice cream sandwiches. I had one of those. I know, trying not to do too much sugar, but hey, my fault, sugar. And then before that, I had fried food. Sugar and fried food, man. My ideal food thing right now seems to be the things that treat me best are vegetables, protein shakes, fake meat. Vegetables, protein shakes, fake meat. Like that's my holy trinity right there. It's not the best meal in the world, but the veggies with sauce. Anyway, so pro tip, yeah, if you're gonna have a big beard, small bites, and if you want to eat slowly, have a big beard with this part. You know, don't shave this, don't trim this at all. If it curls into your mouth sometimes, that just means you're eating too fast. So that's good. And supposedly, if you just do this on occasion, it kind of trains it to go out of your mouth and their normal activity. So I've trained it enough where I talk, I lick my lips, I don't actually touch it. It seems like it's near though, but not feeling any facial hair on that. So interesting. And I like the idea of having that untrimmed right there. Like I said, the bonus advantage, there's so many advantages just in my form, and not form, but in the functions of my life. And people say, oh, you should trim this red part so they can see that you actually have lips and teeth. Yes, lips and teeth, I have them. But hey, they're there, they function, they're good. That'd be weird if I didn't have lips. I really like having lips. Anyway, read a story in the beginning. Recently read Pillars of Creation. There was a thief, minor character in the Pillars of Creation, who was a thief, and part of his punishment was they cut his lips off. So you just see his grill, you know. When he went into town, he usually had a bandana over his face. Anyway. I'm not getting into that, but yeah, The Pillars of Creation, good book. Really enjoyed it. Anyhow, makes me want to write more, just because that's a whole world just fleshed out, and there's years and there's a progression, and it's great. Anyhow, all right, so. There was something I was trying to remember. Oh, solitude. So, when you're reading a book, are you in solitude? And there's nobody around, but you're reading a book? Well, here's a fun definition of solitude, like solitude to the next level. Solitude is being alone without the thoughts of any other human being. So if you're looking at a painting, the painting involves thoughts of another human being. The person had to think to make it, so those thoughts are transferred to you. If you're reading a book, but you're still alone, you're receiving the thoughts of a human being. Audiobook, podcast, radio, listening to music. All these are thoughts from other human beings translated into, you know, either sound or some visual aspect or whatever. So like this next level solitude is being alone, free from the thoughts of other human beings. That's kind of a fun way to do solitude. And I was thinking about that right after I had a decently long drive. I had a decently long drive, and I was in solitude for a lot of it. I noticed I said other human beings because half the drive up I was listening to my own music. I record music, and so I was listening to some of my own stuff. But then I stopped that and just listened to nothing. And also see if I can make the trip without my GPS, because I've done the trip a couple times. So I did the trip without my GPS, and then once I was kind of off the interstate, kind of knew where I was going. It's like, oh, let's pop on that podcast I was listening to. So I continued a podcast I was listening to, and the guy went right into solitude. And it's just like, maybe once a week, I don't know if remember if he said once a day, once a week, it's good to have like an hour without the thoughts of other human beings. Technically, this is kind of like that, because these thoughts have been influenced by others, but they're mine. This is the script for the workout, and all the thoughts I'm talking to you, future me, whatever, are thoughts from my own head. So I'm free from the thoughts of other human beings coming into me. So technically, this isn't classic sitting, and breathing in a room and not doing anything. This is kind of maybe this is why this feels so good. This is kind of my solitude thing. I do a lot of I don't do a lot of solitude because a lot of my stuff is reading a book or playing a video game or practicing some sort of music thing and listening to other people's music while trying to practice along with it, that kind of thing. Learning something, going through various programs and modules and all sorts of stuff that way. But so yeah, a lot of my time looks like it's solitude, but it's really not. But it's nice to have face-to-face human being interaction. Try to have that. Try to stop at my dad's house at least every other day. He probably gets pretty sick of me. Me coming over there is really a non-event. It's so commonplace. I stop by, say hi. Didn't plan on eating a snack. He's like, I have ice cream sandwiches. Like, really? Ice cream sandwiches, you don't say. So yeah, 10 o'clock, Saturday night. If I do it till then, from Thursday, Saturday night till 2200 Saturday, that will be 48 hours. Although I think something specific's going on tomorrow, and there might be a party and eating and all that kind of stuff. So it would look I won't say it would look really weird if I didn't eat. It would be whatever. Dude, Yorm's weird. He does that fasting thing sometimes. But I would feel real weird, be around birthday cake and stuff like that and not participating. I don't go to too many birthday parties and such, so it's probably a nice thing to indulge in the cake. So it might not be a 48 hours. It's gonna hopefully be at least 36. So 48 and 36, there's a 12 difference in that. So that would probably be 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. I can last till 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Yeah, last week was the first time I really did like a 48-hour one. I've done like 42 hours, 40 hours here and there. I've only done 2 confession. I don't do this all the time. I probably should. I got a feeling like the autophagy is just off the charts up till like 36 hours. Now, anytime people say off the charts, that just means you just add a couple more numbers on the chart, But yeah, I have a feeling, and it's all subjective, but I have a feeling like my stomach's growling, and maybe that's a signal for autophagy. I don't know. I'd love to believe it, and it doesn't really hurt. It's weird. Like, there's moments I'm really super, super hungry, but in those moments, my stomach's not growling. But any moments my stomach's kind of growling or moving or doing some weird stuff, it's just like, not really hungry. So, that's fun. All right. There's a whole bunch of talking right there. You just got the bucket load of talking. So, should charge up a little bit. Think about doing the exercise. Feel it, feel it, feel it. Now I'm gonna do it. All right, there's 10 of these. We're halfway through, would you believe that? Time flies. Probably not for you, but definitely for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feeling like a machine. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, there's there was a little twinge on my back once I fully straightened up. I got a feeling that I wasn't completely straightening up on the end of those, so probably should push my hips forward a little bit. That'll force myself to straighten up. I never really rolled my shoulders. Until that one exercise that my dad pointed out, I really don't roll my shoulders. I used to do this a lot. A lot of arm circles. It's weird, like single arm, you can almost go perpendicular to the ground. Double arms, try to go perpendicular to the ground, double arms, just can't. Like, it winds up. Like, right there, winds up. Single arm, oh, I'm turning my body or something. there's some difference physiologically that's going on there. There's an edge there, and I don't know if it could be stretched beyond that edge too much. Anyway, would like to be a lot more flexible, like to be a lot more limber, would like to be able to kind of do the full split thing. That's probably about as far as it goes. That's probably about as far as I ever go. Right now, just, yeah, feeling that, I think in the hamstrings. Would like to be able to do the straight split, and I'm going to try that. I'd like to be able to touch my knuckles, like the top knuckles, not the center knuckles, to the ground. Let's see if I can keep my knees completely straight. That's where it kind of hurts. That's where I'm pushing it. And yeah, I can push it there, but I feel my knees might buckle in a little bit. I think they actually did just a millimeter, just buckle in to get myself that extra itch to, without, like doing that without too much tension. That would be the idea right there. Why? I think stretching gives, when it's stretched out, gives your body an opportunity to grow. Not sure about that, hoping. And I think this one I'm a little bit more solid ground on. Stretching prevents injuries. So bending down a certain way could lead to an injury. But if you've already stretched out and you're there, warming up and stretching out wasn't very important. Till I realized, another anecdotal evidence, till I realized when I warmed up and did an exercise, I can actually get a better result out of the exercise. I could go a little bit further. What was heavy was like a fractionally less heavy, a noticeable fraction, but very slightly less heavy after warming up a bit. But then there's other factors too, frame of mind and all that kind of stuff. But it's like stretching and warming up probably get you into that frame of mind. I probably should stretch out before the exercise a little bit more. Maybe talk and stretch. Yeah, anytime I'm talking, just probably should sway and stretch. Kind of feel good about it. That's a good idea. Back to the whole eating and watching something I would like to see on TV, but I don't really watch TV. Other people's houses, I watch TV, but yeah, I guess I eat and I watch TV at other people's houses sometimes. Anyhow. All right, on to the third exercise, which is leg extension. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a long one. Usually leg day is pretty short. You have gotten the bonus round. Look how much content you've got to watch. It is amazing. All right. Okay. There we are. We're already set up for this. Nothing to really talk about, just time to breathe. Oh, there it is. That's a good feeling. All right. So, okay. A little bit of breathing here. I'm going to use the finger method. That's the goods right there. going to do a set of 10, a set of 12. It's a little different. The first two sets, or first two exercises are 10 and, or 8th and 10, 8th and 10. The second two exercises are 10 to 12. For some reason, I really want to do 10, 13. Baker's dozen. For whatever reason, the Baker's dozen is a nice number. It's one of my favorite like prime numbers. Anyhow, here we go. Five, should probably count out loud. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's tough. That feels like a lot of weight to me. I would say, I almost said that feels like too much weight because of the difficulty level, but I got through it, so technically, if you're in the failure camp, going to failure, it wasn't enough. I am not in the failure camp, I'm in the progression camp. It's weird. I have negative and positive associations with failure. On certain things where I know I really want to find my edges, I welcome failure. Because finally I get there and I'm like, okay, that's what failure looks like. Especially if I got there without any sort of cheating or any sort of supplemental strategies or any sort of things like, I want to get the edge by doing this, you know. Which is not necessarily cheating. Like I said, momentum on an exercise, I feel is cheating. So if I get to my number, but I used so much momentum, it's ridiculous, that kind of feels like a hollow victory. But anyhow, probably should be stretching and talking. We're going to be talking, going to be stretching. Anyhow, so hollow victories. Cheating. Not where I want to be. Oh. Yeah. That's good. Oh, that feels good because Romanian deadlifts. It's not exactly tired out. I'm going to try a couple simple. Yeah, let's. That's always good. Try to do that at least once a day. At least once a day. A little bit of making friends with the punching bag. Yeah, just kind of. Alright. It's kind of weird that playing with like punching something and then like pulling back just as you're barely touching it. And you're going for reverberations instead of just trying to punch through something. I don't know. Maybe it's classic jab technique. It seems like it adds that like fraction of a second more speed to actually get to you to do what you're really going to do. All right, so I'm not changing frame on this because I still got a set. All I have to do is lower the weight slightly and then get ready to do at least 12. Bonus goal is 13 on this. We'll see if we get there. It's gonna feel good. Very good. It's gonna feel wonderful. There might be a way I can do legs all in here. There might be something I can do like the Romanian deadlift. Maybe set up the pulley system on the bottom here. I think there's a pulley on the bottom. Yes, there is. Set up a weight to, some sort of bar right there. And yeah, I could do the Romanian deadlifts right from here. That might be kind of fun. Although it's kind of fun with the dumbbells too. It's an excuse, it's a change of scenery. I'm not sure. I might experiment with that one day, but not anytime soon. I'm liking what the dumbbells are doing to me. I think dumbbells, like cable, a little bit more restrictive than dumbbells. Dumbbells, each hand is independently controlled. Each side is independently controlled by your body. There's a lot more maintenance stuff to go on there, a lot of more little tiny muscle contractions and all that kind of stuff with dumbbells. This, both sides are kind of fostered together, so one side can kind of put a little bit more effort to help your weak side. It's not like I'm doing arms that way, but like the sides of your back, it's basically my lower back, and maybe there's like, you know, muscles in the lower back that are kind of like one side stronger than the other. Not sure about that. Doing the Romanian deadlift. I just talked myself into doing dumbbells instead of trying something new. Okay. And by the way, this is all conjecture. I'm not sure how much this is 100% fact. I'm willing to so be wrong. By the way, if you could, tell me, we should have that conversation again sometime, about the value of huge prime numbers in cryptography. I can't remember. I remember it is valuable. Let's go that far. I remember big prime numbers are good for cryptography, passwords, all that kind of stuff. But beyond that, kind of at a loss. Like, definitely can't explain it. So I guess I really don't know it. I know it's a thing. I know it exists. Beyond that, what's the word? Umvault. It's not really in my Umvault. Or maybe an Umvault is not a personal thing. Maybe that's more of a sociological thing. Maybe Umvault is a personal thing, like Zeitgeist is the sociological thing. I'm not sure how that goes. Another thing I'm not sure about. There's a stack of 3 things. Alright. Now we're going to be stacking up weights and lifting them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feeling good. This might go to 13. There's 6. Let's have it for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Really feeling it there. 12. Let's go for bonus. 13. There is a burning sensation right here. There is a burning sensation. It's filtering out now, and now there's a floating sensation there. It feels like my legs are actually kind of going up on their own. Oh, wow, that's a fun feeling. That's why leg days are so fun. I know if I pushed that lower weight and did like twice as many reps, maybe 3 times as many reps, I might be nauseous right now. But I wouldn't be pushing my joints as hard. And because I'm doing this slow, because I'm doing a slow progression up, I know my joints can take it. I don't think I'm doing like this wear and tear on your joints where like they're not building up fast enough for them to get a good recovery. Because from what I understand, this isn't the workout. The workout is your body building yourself back together after you tear it up with this stuff. The recovery is where you really gain strength, gain capability. It's in the recovery. And I guess sort of in the muscle memory, but anyway. Good news, last exercise, single leg calf raises. Dude, I remember nausea, leg days with friends. My methodology, when we would go heavy, I would try to go light and just do a lot of repetitions, which got me deeper into nausea land. Yeah. 3 cheers for nausea. And it wasn't quite as nauseous doing it with upper body or core. Like core nausea, I mean, I think I actually did do 1,000 sit-ups once. And there was this was years and years ago. There was no nauseous sensation, but I did feel it for a week or 2, which wasn't as bad as the time I tore my stomach muscles. That was worse. It let me know it was there. The next day, it definitely let me know it was there. Speaking about knowing things are there, my favorite button, or whatever thing, attachment to my leg thing, I say my favorite very facetiously because, sir, you are not my favorite. You fall off all the time. You're not there strong. And it is my fault because I do not use super glue with you. And I probably should. But I'll keep on eventually knocking you off, and you'll keep putting yourself back on, or I'll have to keep putting you back on. And I'm talking to a piece of my workout equipment like it is a conscious entity. Sanity, subjectivity. All right, so this is a set of 8. I'm going to start first with the one weight. I think I'm going to go left foot first. That seems like it's probably the proper way to go. Gonna get these weights out of the way. That hurt. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely doing left foot first. Oh, there's that. And I just bent up and picked it up the wrong way. But I did have my arm bracing these weights, so I used my arm, not just my whole back, to pick it up. All right, so there will be 8 of these. 1, 2, 3. There's 10 of these, sorry. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I am so used to doing fuller extensions on like parking blocks with no weight in both feet. This feels so weird. It feels like I'm doing a half extension. Like, it should be all the way down like this, all the way up like that. I'm not going that far either way because of balance. I'll fall down if I go that far. 2, 3. See, almost fell. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, definitely feels different. Yeah, I do a lot of, well, I'll say within the last 2 weeks I've been doing a lot, almost every day. I'm doing calf raises with both feet on like a parking block. The day before leg day, I don't go for extremes. I'm just going for extremes in extension and as far down and as far up as I can go. That's the extreme I'm going through, and I'm doing breath work while doing it. Sometimes I try to go for a high quantity in repetitions, but I'm not doing it like sets. I'm not doing any sets. I'm just doing single sets. So here is the light version. We're going left foot first, and we're going lighter weight. I'm gonna go for 12. Wow, I only went at 8 on that. Oh, shoot. All right, for some reason I was focused on 8. Although I'm definitely feeling my right leg more, so go figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Right leg. 1, 2, 3. Now it's more fresh. Let's go a little further. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So my single leg calf raises are a bit sloppy, especially my left foot today. Something to be worked on. I'll watch the video and see if I actually did do decent extensions. I really don't think I hit a very good range of motion on that. So that is that. I'm going to stretch out a little bit, talk to you, and we're done. That's it. That's all. Yay. Do. That's a good feeling, being done like this. It's a great feeling. Oh my goodness. Such a good feeling. All right. Just for fun, I'm going to use mouth breathing. That sounds like a vulgar term, an idiotic term. Mouth breather. I'm going to use mouth breathing and some stretching And then some talking. So we'll get into what I'm talking about. Here's where I'm gonna do, just for fun, 37 breaths. This actually feels like a stretch for my back, so I'm gonna kind of see if this is right. I think I'm in frame. Doesn't matter so much to me though. You can hear my voice, we can talk. There's nothing really visually important going on here. So that feels good on the back. Kind of like sit in this pose when knees touching chest, leaning forward. Get to lean, use my arms a little bit. Maybe bring my arms like that. Even though I didn't really work my arms today, still feels good. All right. 37 breaths using my mouth. Different type of stretch, not breathing in anytime soon, sticking on the next to nothing in my lungs. Oh. Try the other side. Seems like I don't have any air in me. Tried to expel most of it, but somehow I have enough air to speak. Two. If you say the word two, and you feel air hit your hand, then you have enough air. Now I'll start breathing again. That's a fun stretch. Just little stretches on the ground. Little things to think and talk about. I think I'm gonna sit here for a while and go over anything that pops into my head that I would like to talk to you about. Maybe more notes to myself, like, is it a good idea if you broke a string on a guitar and the set of strings is old, to replace that one string, especially if it's like a high E? I have a guitar with a high E string broken, an acoustic guitar that I got for free. Didn't pay for it, didn't really want it till I was offered it. And then I was like, I can use this for something. It had metal strings on it. And I have an acoustic guitar I really, really like with nylon. So, let's stretch that a little bit more. Let's see if I can put that like that. Since I did that for a long time, I'm gonna get a little bit more time on this one. So I thought it'd be fun to have two acoustic guitars, one with metal strings, one with nylon. Though, depending upon my answer and eventual research into this, if I'm watching this video, pause it right now and do a little research, or put it in a little, small window and watch it while doing your research on whether it's to replace one single high E string. I think if that's the cheapest solution, I'm just going to replace the high E string. It's no big deal. I think I have a buddy that has a whole bunch of extra sets of strings and different things, and I know he doesn't replace all the strings every time he breaks a string. That seems like such a waste too. So yeah. But I haven't played it since I broke the string. The good news is it was restrung incorrectly. So and I think the one string that was unstrung incorrectly was that it was either high E or low E. And now I get to string it on correctly if it was the high E. I know the high E broke. I don't know if that was the one that was turned all weird. Whew. Oh my goodness. Now the tiredness comes in. But that was a good leg day. Definitely felt it in a lot of ways. Cheated a little bit. Only went to 8 on the single leg, right leg thing. But yeah, it feels good. There was something else I was going to talk about. I think it had to do something with music or programming or something I was going to question myself on. But yeah, that's definitely at the bottom of the should list. Buy another high E metal string and put it on that acoustic guitar. I have too much fun playing with my dad's old acoustic. That was so cool that he gave it to me. Yeah, he still has a guitar, so he still gets chances to play every now and then. For a little while, we had this silly idea. We practiced like Amazing Grace or something, or some song that was in the public domain for like, I don't know, every 2 weeks, once every 2 weeks for like a couple months. We're gonna play it at Christmas. It might have been a Christmas song of some sort. And we just both conveniently forgot to bring our guitars to like the Christmas dinner thing at his mom's house, at Grandma's house. Oh, goodness. That's a weird other thing. Anytime you do that stretch that like brings your head back, it's good to... If I do that too much, my jaw starts hurting, but every now and then it's not too bad. Stretch out the arms. Yes, I know that's a stretch. Good news is, believe it or not, this is a stretch. If I push this real hard, I feel it in my elbows. I know, that's how I know, like there's a joint thing going on. And I know it's because of this side. I did something left that the left was not ready for. Sometimes it's on my right side. Oh. I was going to pull that into a stretch somehow. I don't know. Maybe do a bridge or something, but not feeling like doing a bridge on video. More feel like just, walk around like this. And your elbows are your knees and your armpits. That feels weird. Oh, it's an interesting perspective. Anyhow, so that is that. I should finish this up now. Very thankful for all the good people in my life. I never want to mention names on any of these videos. Not everybody seeks anonymity, but it's rather... It's easy to give and easy to take away. And the default setting is give anonymity. Not everybody wants to admit that they're my friend. I don't know. Or more or whatever, or what. So anonymity. But thank you to one friend who have some ideas, some dreams, if you will, some ways of having fun, and things are on track. So thank you for that. Things being on track. Building good foundations in life toward good outcomes. It's like you increase your chances of doing something better by having certain circumstances. Less likely to make mistakes. Get yourself in a frame of mind when you're less likely to make mistakes. That's an advantage to being ready for opportunity. The back needs a twist. There we go. Well, that is the end of today. Thank you very much.